Hi, I'm Ranger Clint Augustson. I'm one of the park rangers here at Death Valley National Park. I've worked in a number of national parks over the years, and to me, this place is one of the most special. An incredible, diverse landscape with remarkable experiences everywhere you turn. Now, one of the most common questions we get here in Death Valley is, I have a limited amount of time, what should I do here? And if you only have a day, this can be a tricky question to answer. You see, Death Valley is absolutely enormous. At 3.4 million acres, it is the largest national park in the lower 48 states. It is about the size of the state of Connecticut. There's about 1,000 miles of road here. Hundreds of trails and routes possible, 11 mountain ranges, each with its own unique character. It's a very diverse landscape. There are layers of diversity in plant, in animal, in human history, in the stories possible here. So answering that question can be a challenge, but if you only have a day, we want to provide you a list of options that will give you a great opportunity to sample some of the best that Death Valley has to offer. It's important to come prepared. There are certain pieces of safety information that you want to keep in mind before you even get here. Especially if you are arriving here in the summer, you want to be prepared for extreme heat. Summer temperatures often run above 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius. Make sure you have enough water with for each person. The average person in Death Valley in the summer will drink about a gallon of water a day. If your vehicle is running into any trouble, stay by your vehicle. Do not attempt to walk across the desert. As long as you're in the more popular sections of the park, help will arrive soon. The first thing you really want to do when you get to Death Valley is you want to head over to the Furnace Creek Visitor Center. This is a place where you can interact with park rangers who are very experienced in the field, who are excited to share information with you. And we'll be able to get you a map, we'll be able to get you a park guide, and we'll be able to help you customize your trip to your own interests. After stopping at the Visitor Center, here are some of the highlights we recommend for making the most out of your trip here in one day in Death Valley. One of the most iconic locations in the park is what I recommend for a start. Traveling about a half hour south from Furnace Creek Visitor Center, you'll arrive at Badwater Basin. Not only is it the lowest place in North America, it is one of the hottest and driest places in the world. If you walk out just a half hour, you'll be out on the salt flat itself. This is something you've probably seen in photographs. You might see salt polygons stretching out in every direction, dazzling white light. At sunrise and at sunset, it is one of the most evocative places you can go in the park. And it is one of the most unique landscapes that people think of when they consider Death Valley. As you walk back from the salt flats, look up at the Black Mountains to the east and you'll see a sea level sign. Now that sign is indicating that sea level is about 282 feet above you. After visiting Badwater Basin, you'll continue north on Badwater Road. One of the next fascinating spots would be Artist Drive. As you head up to the north of Badwater Basin, you'll see a turnoff to your right. As you head on this 9-mile one-way drive, you will be going through colorful, sculpted badlands. As you look off to the side, you will see rock walls plastered with a diverse array of colors, almost as though a child splashed paint on the hillsides. You will see greens and purples, you'll see yellows and reds. This is evidence of past volcanic activity, providing a huge array of minerals, providing a dazzling palette. After Artist Palette, just a short 15 to 20-minute drive away, is one of the absolute best views in the park. Off of Highway 190, to the right, you'll see Zabriskie Point. Follow the short trail to the top for one of the absolute best views of the Badlands of Death Valley National Park. This sculpted, twisted, colorful landscape represents the remnants of an ancient lake bed, uplifted along with the Black Mountains, eroded away by water and time, forming a diverse landscape of colorful sculpted hillsides. This place is especially beautiful at sunrise and at sunset, when this landscape is drenched in soft, filtered lights. Now, if you only have a couple of hours, those are the three I would focus on. But if you have more time, then you can start to travel further afield to some other remarkable landscapes in Death Valley. From Zabriskie Point, about a 35-minute drive to the west on 190, you'll arrive at the Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes. The sand dunes are a remarkable environment. You might remember as a child playing around in a sandbox. This is an absolutely enormous natural sandbox. You can almost feel like a kid again as you run down the dunes. Even try rolling down one of the dunes as you play in the sand with your hands, as you lift it up and recognize that you're holding what feels almost like sugar. The sand here is incredibly fine. In fact, you could fit 1 billion grains of sand in a single cubic foot. Now, this soft sand actually plays host to an enormous variety of life. That here on the dunes, kangaroo rats, zebra lizards, coyote, a diverse array of life plays host to a drama playing out each and every day and each and every night. And as you look up around at the dunes around, you recognize that you are looking at pulverized mountains. The mountains around us broken down over time, carried by wind to one particular spot where it funnels around to form undulating patterns, almost like satin spread across the landscape. Depending on your interests, you may want to go to Salt Creek Interpretive Trail, where in the springtime you can see one of the rarest fish on the planet, the Salt Creek pupfish, endemic only to this stream. About 1 inch to 3 inches long, they're called pupfish because they are highly active and energetic. You will see clouds of them swimming about. For those interested in some of the human history in Death Valley, I recommend checking out Harmony Borax Works. Just about a mile north of the Furnace Creek Visitor Center, this fascinating site tells the story of borax within Death Valley. Believe it or not, borax had a very important role to play in Death Valley becoming a national park in the first place. Though people sought out precious metals, gold and silver, some of the most profitable material in the park was this humble salt, this precipitate, borax. One of my other favorite spots in the park is about a 45-minute drive to the east and a little to the south of the Furnace Creek Visitor Center. If you want to get what is possibly the best view you can drive to in the park, I highly recommend going out to Dante's View. This is located over a vertical mile above the valley floor, overlooking a panorama out to the west towards the Panamint Mountains. Recognize that when you are standing up there, you are looking down over a vertical mile, almost as if you are seeing into the Grand Canyon. To prepare for your trip, go to Death Valley National Park's website or the website of our official nonprofit partner, the Death Valley Natural History Association. There you can learn more about things to do, hiking options, camping options, other lodging, and learn more about the science and history of Death Valley National Park. Hopefully, after one day, you'll recognize that there is so much more here. Hopefully, you'll come back time and time again to explore the vast ecosystems, the enormous array of activities, the endless possibilities for adventure, for reflection, for wonder, here in Death Valley National Park. We hope you enjoy your national park.